1988, Los Angeles, 4 o'clock in the morning. Long before everyone carried the internet in their pocket, the pre-dawn hours of a sprawling city created a profound kind of isolation. You're entirely cut off from the rest of the world. That isolation is exactly where Steve Jarnatt's cult thriller Miracle Mile begins, right outside the striking blue and white facade of Johnny's coffee shop. Our protagonist, Harry, steps out into the night and hears a sound that demands an answer, a ringing public payphone. He picks it up, expecting to hear from the woman he loves. Instead, he hears a frantic, terrified voice. The caller identifies himself as Chip, a soldier stationed in the nuclear missile silo. In a blind panic, Chip reveals he's misdialed his father to warn him that World War III begins in exactly 50 minutes. But before the line is violently cut off by gunfire, Chip makes one final desperate plea. "Tell Dad I'm sorry about that summer. He'll know what I mean." We never learn who Chip is. We never see his father. And we never, ever find out what happened that summer. Leaving Chip's apology unanswered traps the audience in the same informational void as the protagonist. Without context for the regret, we are left only with the raw panic of the deadline, forced to navigate the chaos without any of the traditional comforts of exposition. This frustrating blank space is a requirement of Steve Jarnatt's narrative mandate. The entire film is an exercise in pure subjectivity, locked entirely to Harry's perspective. The rule is absolute. If Harry cannot physically see it or verify it, the audience is forbidden from knowing it. When Chip mentions that summer, our conventional movie-watching instinct expects a cutaway. We want an omniscient flashback to explain the backstory and relieve the tension. But providing a flashback shatters the film's subjective view, fracturing a tight single-person focus into a sprawling web. Opening the perspective dilutes the panic. Leaving Harry's side to see missile silos or Chip's family evaporates the dread, flattening the story into a generic disaster movie. Refusing to solve the mystery is not a plot hole. It is a load-bearing wall designed to keep you trapped right there on the street with Harry in a ground-level nightmare. In scriptwriting terms, Chip's secret apology functions as a classic Hitchcockian MacGuffin. The literal details of the family argument, who did what or why they stopped speaking, hold zero mechanical weight in the plot itself. Its true mechanical function is to force Harry out of his role as a passive bystander. Hearing that intimate confession burdens him with a final sacred mission to deliver a dying man's message. Over the years, fans have spun endless theories about what happened. Some argue it was a classified military transgression that forced Chip to leave home, while others insist it was a bitter, mundane family blowout. Both theories miss the point by trying to apply logic to a film operating on nightmare logic. In a nightmare, your brain accepts deep, unexplained backstories as immediate emotional realities. You don't need the exposition, you just feel the weight of it. Bypassing a logical plotting allows the film to directly target our psychological frequency for anxiety. The ambiguity works because dread doesn't require an explanation. This brings us to what critics call the universal tragedy theory, the idea that the narrative vacuum of that summer is a deliberate, perfectly designed blank slate. By leaving the backstory completely undefined, the mystery transforms into a psychological mirror. It forces us to unconsciously project our own personal, unresolved regrets onto Chip's frantic plea. His guilt becomes a stand-in for every falling out, every harsh word, and every broken relationship we carry. And this leads to the film's ultimate tragic irony. Later in the story, Harry actually manages to reach Chip's father by phone. But before he can deliver the apology, the father irritably hangs up on him. That failed delivery is the true horror of the story. It is the complete, agonizing failure of personal reconciliation in the face of death. Global destruction in Miracle Mile is simply the ticking clock that forces every unsaid apology to its final, violent expiration date.